Hey everybody, welcome back to an episode of the 3 Count. I am War Machine MJ. That's Rodimus Prime.
Yo.
And we are here today to talk about Raw and Smackdown.
Yeah. No secret, Raw was pretty garbage.
3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, 3 fucking weeks in a row. And quite frankly, I don't know what else to say about Raw.
I mean, at this point you could pretty much say this is WWE Civil War. Because it's not really a Monday Night War, but Smackdown is definitely winning.
Yeah, definitely. So, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. What was Raw this week?
What, as far as ratings?
No, the city. San Diego.
Yeah, I was about to say, they were somewhere in L.A. or in Cali.
Yeah.
Because Elias did his bit.
Yeah. Basically, we're going to start off with Seth freaking Rollins, Mr. Burn It Down himself.
Mr. Voice of the People.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, we started the show off with Burn It Down looping several times.
Yes.
And we don't mean this theme. We mean they were looping the sound effect Burn It Down several freaking times.
Yeah, as this guy mentioned, Seth was, or as CM Punk used to call it, the voice of the voiceless, because he basically just showered down what the problem is with Monday Night Raw. I mean, as if we don't know it. Baron Corbin sucks as general manager. The Revival is being booked like shit. And basically, the ratings have been going down because of Baron Corbin, and the show has sucked because of one Baron Corbin.
Not to mention the Universal title.
Yes.
So,
because a certain somebody's being paid to sit at home and have a belt for no reason.
Yeah, because he even said, when's the last time Brock worked a match on Raw?
Fact.
Let's jump back in the Wayback Machine, and the last time he did was 2002.
When he was actually a young Brock Lesnar.
Back when he was the next big thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be an innuendo.
Anyway, Seth basically challenged him, if I'm not mistaken, challenged him to a TLC.
No.
Corbin did.
Now, see, thing was, like Seth Rollins had put all these problems on Baron Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
And wanted to fight Baron Corbin. And Baron Corbin said, well, you know, I've never been in a TLC match. And Seth, I respect him. Before he could even say, I respect you, Seth is like, coward. And then he literally poked and prodded Corbin into a match. He's just like, come on, you scared? You scared? Come on, Corbin, you scared? You scared?
And Corbin finally accepted. So the main event would be TLC for the Intercontinental title, Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin. Now we'll move on to a 2-on-3.
I loved where he poked and prodded Corbin. It was great.
Fucking Corbin. I'll just be glad when this ends.
You know, before we move on to the next segment, what do you think about Seth's shirt?
With the initials?
Initials around the X, yeah.
I like it. I would actually buy the fuck out of that shirt.
Oh yeah, you'd buy the freak out of it.
Yeah. Anyway, we move on to the 2-on-3 handicap match for the Raw Tag Team titles. Oh my god.
It was Chad Gable and Bob Roode taking on AOPP, which is Akam and Razor and PP himself, Drake Maverick.
I'm so glad I missed this match. I mean, I saw the results, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm so done.
Basically, AOPP had Bob Roode dead to rights. Drake Maverick won the tag. He got the tag. He started doing the glorious bit. Went for the cover. Bob Roode reversed it into a roll-up of his own. 1, 2, 3. We have new champions.
Whoopee.
Now, credit where credit's due. Bob Roode looked legitimately happy to be holding that title.
Yeah, I mean, he had the U.S. title for like a cup of coffee.
I don't even. Oh wait,
Yeah, he did.
He did. I don't remember that.
Remember, he beat Jinder Mahal in the finals. Because you remember Dolph won it and then dropped it.
Oh yeah.
And then they had that tournament, and the finals was between Rude and Jinder Mahal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I glossed over that.
I mean, at least for him, he's doing something. Chad Gable, He's a Triple Crown Tag Team Champion, I guess.
Yeah, he is.
Because he's won the tag titles with Jason Jordan on NXT and SmackDown, and he's a tag team champion again with Bobby Roode. So there you go.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yay.
But yeah, Bob Roode looked legitimately happy to hold the belt. So kudos to him for finally having a belt despite being in development hell.
We'll move on to Ruby Riott as she was cutting a promo on Natalya with.
No, other way around.
Oh, Natalya was cutting a promo on Ruby Riott.
Yeah, because I completely had my TV muted since I didn't care. But yeah, Ruby Riott wheeled out a table with
Jim
the Anvil Neidhart on there.
Yeah. If you don't know, their match at TLC will be a tables match. So there you go.
What do you think about this bit?
I heard about it. I really didn't watch the highlight of it, so I really don't have an opinion.
Yeah. I just think it's yet another. Okay. I haven't heard anything about Natalya being cool with it. I imagine she is.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like they sit down behind the scenes and say, okay, you can say this, you can't say that, you can do this, you can't do that.
Yeah.
They kind of meet in the middle, but at the same time, Ruby knows what lines to cross and what not to cross.
Yeah, she knows what lines to cross, but I don't think, anybody in charge knows where the line is, because there's a line between compelling storytelling and just flat out being disrespectful.
True.
I'm not saying this was, but I'm just saying there are those times.
Yeah. They've had those times where it's just like, okay, you're really pushing it. You're really stepping over the line. And then in other cases, it's like, okay, we get what you're trying to do, but at the same time, you're not trying to overstep your boundaries.
Yeah.
So there you go. Anyway, the next match, I guess, was Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, because it was a rematch from last week after Finn Balor ran interference, literally.
Yeah, basically Drew just put waste to Dolph Ziggler with the Claymore kick. I did see the closing moments of that match where Dolph was going to go for a super tick, yeah. Super tick party. That's a new one now. Super tick party.
Watch out for those super ticks. They're a lot worse than ticks.
Yeah. Anyway, he was going for a super kick, but got hit in the face with a Claymore.
Yeah, and then after the match, Drew McIntyre, with a post-match assault, basically kicked Dolph Ziggler's head right into the LED board with, a Claymore.
Yeah.
As of this recording, it's still up in the air whether or not we're going to have McIntyre versus Balor at TLC, considering Finn Balor is out on sickness.
Yeah, because he was overseas and they sent him home, so hopefully he'll be cleared by Sunday.
Hopefully.
Anyway, the next match was Bayley versus...
You know what? I actually hope he's not cleared by Sunday.
Yeah, because then again, nobody wants to see his match.
Yeah, because I like Finn Balor and I like Drew McIntyre, but Drew McIntyre's going to steamroll the fuck out of Finn Balor.
Yeah, he is. Anyway, the next match was Bayley versus Alicia Fox.
Whoopee, who cares?
Moving on, Leo...
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Leo Rush took on Elias.
Yeah.
But thanks to the man of the hour, or Mr. I like to bend over and show my ass, Bobby Lashley. Or excuse me, the almighty Bobby Lashley. His little munchkin Leo Rush, yeah, that guy. Defeated Elias.
Yeah, Heath Slater was the special guest referee, and I'm trying to remember what happened. Okay, Elias attacked Bob Lashley on the outside before turning his attention to Leo Rush to hit him with the drift away.
Uh-huh.
Bob Lashley came in there, beat down on Elias, and Heath Slater just stood there like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
And, basically he was crooked ref. He let Elias get beat down and then beaten with the guitar, and then Leo Rush beat him.
I think I did. Yeah, I did see that part where he got beat down.
Yeah.
But I saw where, as of this recording, they're in Nashville, and he's playing crooked referee again.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next match, or should I say the next boring promo before the next match, was Alexa Bliss. But before she could come out to say what she needed to say for her press conference or Q&A, whatever the fuck you want to call it, Nia Jax and her bodyguard Tamina came out there.
Apparently, this segment was changed last minute because it was advertised as another open floor or Q&A,
Yeah.
and then it got changed to a face-to-face, which kudos to them. They finally saw the light after 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, because these Q&As really...
They're awkward, clumsy, and boring.
And very unorganized. It's like going on a date. It's like going on an unorganized date.
Yeah.
It's like you get there, but then your date calls at like the last minute. Oh, I'm not going to be there.
Or no, like the date's set up, but neither of you have a time or location.
Well, yeah. Or money.
Or money.
So...
But not to mention the Q&As are stupid, especially when they try and have Bailey or Sasha throw out these cute little lines like, I'd send her back to hell.
Yeah. Or I'd send her little butt back to SmackDown. Ha, that's why I took your title. Like, that shit's forced.
Okay, that was great, Alexa Bliss.
Yes. But then, Nia got on the mic. She started talking. I didn't care. Ember Moon came out there. And, they were good.
Oh yeah, Ronda Rousey was also out there.
Yeah. So we had Ember Moon versus Tamina for like the 5 millionth time. And Ember Moon won with the Eclipse.
Yeah. Okay.
No surprise there.
Apparently, Nia Jax was comfortable with her lines. So she put some emotion and some stank on her promo.
Yeah.
So props to her. She got her lines down.
Yeah. But for me, I still didn't care. Because it felt like the promo was just like this. And there was Monday Night Football, and I just took my remote and flipped the TV.
Oh, I didn't care about it, so I had the TV muted the entire time.
Yeah. So anyway, we move on to the main event. It was TLC for the Intercontinental title. The world's worst general manager, Baron Corbin.
I'm great manager.
But you're not me.
I'm manager-elect Corbin. Hey, poke and prod.
Anyway, he took on Seth Rollins.
Yeah, this was an actually good match.
It really was. You know what? I really enjoyed this match despite the shenanigans from Heath Slater. But this was a really damn good match. I agree.
I mean, we shit talk Baron Corbin a whole lot, but he's actually really good in the ring.
When he wants to be. I mean...
well, okay, it's not Brock Lesnar wants to be. It's kind of if you have the right opponent.
Yeah.
Because he's got some fun-looking moves, like the Deep Six and End of Days.
Yeah, oh, I love those two moves. Or especially like when he runs out of the ring and comes back.
Well, where he slides out.
Yeah, where he slides and then turns around the other corner. And I like when he gave Seth that close, and that was a vicious clothesline.
Oh, yeah. He's a good wrestler if he finds the right opponent.
Yes.
He's really good. Seth Rollins, we don't need to say any more praise. He is Seth freaking Rollins. He is the second man. He is not the man. He is the second man.
Yes.
We'll talk about the man later.
Yes.
Anyway, but this was a good match. And for a brief moment, I was yelling at the TV, no, not fucking Corbin.
Yeah, because, I mean, like I mentioned, the shenanigans from Heath. You know, he's got kids. He needed to save his job. But Seth came through in the clutch. He took out Heath. He took out Baron Corbin. He is still your Intercontinental Champion. Afterwards, he stood on top of the ladder. Out came Dean Ambrose. They had to stare down. And, of course, this Sunday, as we're recording this, it will be for the Intercontinental title.
Intercontinental China, there we go.
The Intercontinental Championship, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins. That match is definitely, no pun intended, going to burn it down.
And there ain't going to be no tender loving care there, baby.
No, ain't no need for the fire department to be there. Because it's already going to be burnt down.
Anyway, next we move on to SmackDown.
Yes, SmackDown Live was in Las Vegas.
And we kicked the show off with Mr. Fickle environmentalist Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I missed this, so enlighten me on this promo.
Oh.
I did hear a certain 205 competitor came out.
Yeah, basically Daniel Bryan started berating the crowd, and at first he apologized to the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
He said, when I called you guys sheep last week, I shouldn't have said that. That's an embarrassment to the sheep.
Yeah.
The sheep don't leave carbon hoof prints.
Ugh.
I mean, WWE has great heels now. I mean, we got Drew McIntyre on Raw. We got Daniel Bryan and The Man.
Don't forget Dean Ambrose on Raw.
Eh, it kind of.
What?
It kind of.
Let me ask you this before we continue with SmackDown. What do you think about his heel turn thus far? Minus the mask stuff and the getting shots and.
I was about to say the mask stuff and the butt shots just kind of hurt his heel.
Yeah, but I don't think it diminishes his role thus far.
It doesn't diminish it, no, but it does hurt his believability.
Yeah, because
Anyway.
that was stupid.
Anyway, and then we got Tommaso Ciampa, the god of wrestling.
That guy is just fucking phenomenal.
Oh, he's great. Anyway, yeah. So Daniel Bryan continues to berate the crowd, and then pops out the heart of 205 Live, Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, I saw where people were comparing this to when John Cena came on the scene and he got in the face of Kurt Angle.
I wouldn't necessarily compare it to that. I would kind of compare it to when Sami Zayn first turned up on the main roster.
Yeah,
Minus throwing out his shoulder.
yeah, because he did fuck up.
Anyway, yeah, Mustafa Ali said, you know, I looked up to you, Daniel. You're the whole reason why I wanted to be in the WWE. I even carried your bags for you that one time.
Yeah.
And Daniel was, you know, he berated him, and, you know, he's just like, what kind of car do you drive? You know,
Yeah.
Ali's just like, well, you know, I got a family, I got kids, so, you know, I drive an SUV, and, you know, Daniel slapped him, you know, for damaging the environment with a big freaking SUV.
That's why I call him the crazy vegan.
Well, he's a crazy hippie. He cares about his environment.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Anyway,
Because, like he mentioned last week, everybody pollutes the earth.
and they're fickle.
The fickle.
Fickle.
You eat your factory-made foods. Anyway, we had the match. I heard the match was excellent.
Oh, it was so good, but
I wish I could have seen the match, though.
but fucking picture-in-picture, the picture-in-picture commercial break kind of screwed up one of the best spots of the entire match.
Which was?
Daniel Bryan ate a top rope Spanish fly.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, this was a really good match. Mustafa Ali can sell the fuck out of matches.
I did see after the show, well, not after the show, after the match, he was going to the locker room and is being congratulated by the Usos and the New Day. You know, basically, they're trying to say, you know, you've earned your keep here.
Yeah, you've made your mark.
Yeah.
But Daniel Bryan won with the
Heel hook.
was it the heel hook or was it the yes lock? He won with a submission because Mustafa was fighting it.
Yeah. Let's see. It says he won with the heel hook.
Okay, he won with the heel hook.
Yeah.
He won with the fickle hook. Anyway,
You know what? I hope they call it that. The fickle hook.
what about the fickle lock? Fickle lock.
No. Fickle hook.
All right. Anyway, as Mustafa was going up the ramp, Daniel Bryan chased him down, beat the hell out of him, gave him more, you know, Danielson stomps.
Yeah.
Apparently, during this match backstage, everybody on the 205 Live roster was huddled around watching the match.
I saw that from Maria and Mike, Hideo Itami,
The
Buddy-
loser house party.
Buddy Murphy. Pretty much all of the roster was there watching the action at SmackDown just to, you know.
Yeah, apparently they're like really close knit, which is great.
And that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. But anyway, we'll move on to the rap battle.
I'm sad that I missed a good chunk of this.
I heard about this. Of course, I saw Cesaro and Sheamus and Rusev doing this. They're looking like a damn foreign rap group. About to drop the hottest foreign rap album ever.
They look like they have no concept of what East Side, West Side is.
But I heard this was great also.
I mean, these rap battles are great. None can top last year after that diss the Usos gave last year.
Yeah, yeah.
But this was great.
Yeah, both the Usos and New Day got laid out by the bar.
Yeah.
But like I said, that tag team title match is going to be killer.
Ice, shamey.
Why? Hiya. Anyway, we move on to Shane McMahon and The Miz as they join forces to take on Las Vegas Locals.
Yeah, it was the Vegas Boys.
Oh, God.
Now, the Miz called Shane O'Mac out. I forgot what to say and what he said. All I remember was he was handing the trophy over because Shane has custody of the trophy now.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, basically, Miz paid a couple of enhancement talents to beat up on Shane O'Mac. And Shane O'Mac got the win with a clumsy float over DDT right into a perfectly executed choke.
Shane McMahon just needs to stay out of the ring.
Anyway, but after the match, oh boy, was Paige pissed. Because she was yelling at the referee. It's like, no, you do not get to call matches I didn't sanction.
Oh, I saw that part. She was pissed. And then
yeah. Ref's like, well, you did sanction the match. The Miz said you sanctioned the match. And she was like, oh, he said that.
Yeah, and then the Vegas Boys came in there.
With their invoices.
And the black guy was like, well, you got to pay us, what did he say, $5,000?
Yeah, Miz said, you're going to pay us $5,000 apiece. So she said, let's take that and...
Yeah, let me lose it. She was like, okay, 5,000? You want 5,000? Now get the hell out of my office.
All of you, get the hell out of my office.
And the way she just stood there with her hand on her hip, like, oh,
oof.
That shit was sexy as fuck.
I love it when Paige is pissed.
I know.
Anyway,
we move on to Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio attacked Randy Orton with a steel chair.
Yeah, after Randy Orton said, blah, 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 I'm going to take his mask, blah, blah, blah. 3 most threatening letters, RK.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two are going to be in a chairs match at TLC.
Yeah, whoopee.
Yeah.
Anyway, we move on to a tag team match, which was Jeff Hardy and Rusev taking on Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura.
This was an alright match. Not much to say about that. Just it was a formality match. Of course, Rusev and Hardy got the win.
Yeah.
No Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy at TLC, which is a shame. But we are getting Rusev versus that Nakamura fella.
Yeah. That does suck.
For that $1 million title belt he's got.
That what kind of belt is that?
$1 million title.
Oh.
I mean, it looks great, but it doesn't do shit.
True. Anyway, we move on to the main event. It was a WrestleMania rematch from this year. The Queen taking on the Empress.
With the man.
With the man at ringside. She's the man.
One of the best things going in wrestling right now.
And they tried so hard to get her booed. They have so failed.
Speaking of that, I was thinking about it the other night at work.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when the initial Daniel Bryan heel turn rumors started circulating?
Yeah.
And I was not on board saying that it's going to work against them.
Yeah.
I stand by and I say I am wrong. It has worked to fruition for Daniel Bryan and for the writing staff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he gets the fuck booed out of him.
Yes.
So.
Anyway, this was a decent match. I did catch the last 20 minutes of the show, so this was going on. And, of course, Becky was just sitting there, all swagged up with her championship.
Soaking it in.
Just soaking it in. She's so fun. Did you see that dig she took at Graves on Instagram?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Called him a Bobby Heenan wannabe?
Yeah.
I was like...
I mean, you could take that as a compliment or an insult.
Yeah.
Anyway, but, God, Becky Lynch is the best thing in wrestling now. Aside from Tommaso Ciampa in the Undisputed Era.
Yes. We'll talk about them a little later.
Well, on the next episode, but yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, Charlotte rolled to the outside, and Asuka was in hot pursuit until Charlotte busted out a kendo stick, started wailing away on Asuka, tried wailing away on Becky. Yeah, Becky got back up, picked up kendo stick, started wailing away a little bit on Asuka, then turned her attention fully onto Charlotte.
Yeah, and then Asuka basically just laid them both out and stood tall on the announce table.
Yeah.
With Becky laying on the table like this, like she was dead.
Yeah, it looked like a bar fight.
Yeah, and like I was telling you off air, this has to be the main event because a lot of people really think it's going to be the main event.
I still say, what if it's a swerve and we get the Cruiserweight Championship as the main event?
Either way, that would be good for me. A lot of fans wouldn't be happy, but then again, we could get a good match with the Cruiserweight. But
I mean, I don't doubt that. The past two pay-per-view matches we've had for the Cruiserweight title,
yeah,
top notch.
yes, at least it's not on the pre-show.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was SmackDown Live, and I tell you what, it's going to be a lot at stake in that triple threat.
Oh, definitely.
Somebody's going to win. Two people are going to lose. Belt might change hands. Who knows?
I'd say there's a strong chance that Asuka could win.
Yeah, because I mean, she should have won at WrestleMania. She won the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. She might go into Rumble next year as the champion, so who knows? And then Charlotte Flair, why does she need the belt? I mean,
when Charlotte came out there, she didn't get a warm reception like Asuka and Becky did.
yeah, because I mean, I feel like this is a new resurgence for Asuka thus far.
I hope so. Because they haven't booked her terribly bad. It's just been confusing.
Yeah, because I mean, they did the stuff with her and Naomi.
They did this stuff with her and Carmella.
They did the stuff with her and Miz on Mismatch Challenge. She annihilated the fuck out of him. Glad I didn't see that shit.
Fuck the mixed match challenge. They did that bit. They did that feud between her and the Iconics.
Jesus Christ. Why'd they move her off Raw? But anyway. Teach their own.
Yeah. Yeah. That is our recap of Raw and SmackDown.
We'll be back later to talk about 205 Live, NXT, and NXT UK episodes 15 and 16. So, we'll be right back.
Tomorrow, well, let's go ahead and close out the show.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we will have our preview of TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, not any stairs whatsoever.
I actually looked that shit up. That shit was in 2014.
Yeah, I remember that because I was at the SmackDown taping prior to it.
Mm-hmm.
It was so stupid because the one stair match was Big Show versus Rowan.
That shit was hot garbage.
Yeah. And keep in mind, Rowan was the face at this point.
Yes.
Okay.
It was so fucking bad.
Because this was coming off the heels of the Survivor Series Team Cena, Team Authority.
Yeah.
Where Team Cena consisted of Cena, Ziggler, Show, Rowan, Ryback. Any team that has Ryback on his side is destined to lose.
Or Big Show.
Not so much Big Show.
Well, yeah.
He kind of turned traitor, like after Mark Henry got, 5-second eliminated. Anyway. What a wacky world 2014 was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the debut of Sting.
Yeah, and look how his career in WWE turned out, unfortunately. It's not his fault, but it's just like...
I was about to say, it's a shame, too, because Night of Champions, that was
horrible.
That was a really good match up until that buckle bomb.
Yeah, because they talked about it, and, Seth said he went to the hospital apologizing. But Sting was like, it's not your fault.
This happens.
Yeah, I mean, it was good that Sting really wasn't mad at him, even though it sucked. But
Yeah, and good on Seth Rollins. I mean,
yeah,
whether it's his fault or not, he apologized.
Yeah, he was a man about it.
Yeah.
Same way with for example, Joe and Tyson Kidd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. love his opinions but hate his face. This guy's got a podcast on Stitcher. What's the name of it?
Prime Talk.
Prime
no, it's
Talk.
on the Castbox.
Castbox.
Yeah.
What'd I say?
Stitcher. You were close, though. You were close. It's so many... Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, where he talks about wrestling and he talks about sports.
Yeah, and anything else in between.
And anything else that grinds his gears.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what's something that grinds your gears?
It's a lot of things that grind my gears.
Okay, well, not having to do with sports or wrestling.
Let's see. I was at work and a lady wanted to almost give me a problem about her stupid balloons. My problem is, why do people want to bring in balloons, like the ones that don't float?
Yeah.
And then I barely have an end to tie the string. Like that. Because it's like, I blew them up and they were just like, with the string on them. She was like, oh, it's your helium, not my balloon. No, woman, it's your balloon because your balloons suck. And they don't float.
See, this is what you guys get for wanting to bring in your own, for having people bring in their own balloons.
Yeah.
Should make them pay extra just to get balloons.
Well.
Or pay extra when they bring in their balloons.
Yeah. I don't make the prices, I just blow them up.
Anyway. Yeah. So, we'll be back in a little bit for 3 count on the network stuff. I am War Machine MJ.
I'm Rodimus Prime.
And we'll see you fuckers next time.